So I think stepping out of reality TV probably saved our marriage.
Are you good friends now?
We were good friends at one point.
But I came because Susie asked me to. And then that was it.
I came because I wasn't told that you were coming.
Oh, that's what's up. That's too bad.
That's what's up. See? All right.
I don't really contribute anything specifically to our, to our divorce at all. I just think
And she's like, oh, we don't go by that shit no more, and it's my weekend. Like, yeah, this girl is tripping. So
The headline reads like a fairy tale. Gloria Govan and Derek Fisher, two people who survived public storms separately, somehow found each other and built something together. But if you actually know the history, the real history, you know this story was never going to be quiet.
So for people that have judged or criticized me or questioned my character or my integrity based on something you read in the media that only one person is telling you happened, well, that's your problem for judging me. That's not.
Because before these two ever got together, their lives were already tangled up in broken loyalties, family chaos, public embarrassments, and the kind of betrayal that doesn't just damage relationships, it ends them.
our relationship was under a magnifying glass last year, and all these people are involved.
TMZ recently confirmed they're living separately now. And honestly, nobody who knows this story is shocked. So we're going in. All three sides. Gloria's, Matt's, and Derek's. Let's start with Gloria, because nothing about this situation makes sense without going back to where she came from. Gloria Govan first met NBA player Matt Barnes when she was just 12 years old. Years passed. They reconnected when Matt was suiting up for the Golden State Warriors and Gloria was home in Oakland. They started dating in 2002, and from jump, the relationship carried weight it probably couldn't hold. We'll get to exactly what that looked like in a minute. Here's where the web gets complicated. Pay attention, because these connections matter. There's a woman named Candace who had a son, Marshall Jr., with NFL Hall of Fame running back Marshall Faulk Sr. After Marshall Sr. moved on, he married Lindsay Stout in 2006. Lindsay and Marshall had 3 children together before divorcing in 2014. That same year, Lindsay had a baby with NBA player Gilbert Arenas. And if that name sounds familiar, it should, because Gilbert Arenas is the same man who has 4 children with Gloria's own sister, Gloria Govan. This industry is a small, small world. Now enter Derek Fisher. Derek joined the Lakers, played 8 seasons, and eventually married Candace. Yes, the same Candace from above. Derek, Candace, her son with Marshall Sr., and Derek's daughter Chloe from a previous relationship all built a blended family together. Then Candace got pregnant with twins. Tatum and Drew Fisher were born in June 2006. By then, Derek had signed with the Utah Jazz, and shortly after landing in Utah, the family received devastating news. Their daughter Tatum had been diagnosed with a rare form of eye cancer, leaving her with only 10% vision in one eye. Derek did something that cut against every instinct of a professional athlete chasing a contract. He asked Utah to release him so he could move Tatum to a city with better medical resources. That decision cost him the remaining 3 years of his Jazz deal, approximately $20 million. With zero guarantee another team would pick him up. That is not a small sacrifice. That is a man choosing his child over everything the league had to offer him. The Lakers re-signed him, and it turned out to be the answer. Los Angeles had the facilities Tatum needed. After surgery and chemotherapy, she went into remission and recovered nearly 50% of her eyesight. That chapter alone tells you exactly who Derek Fisher is as a father. While all of that was unfolding, Gloria and Matt welcomed twin boys of their own, Carter and Isaiah. The couple got engaged in 2008, and by 2010, Matt had joined Derek on the Lakers roster. That same year, Matt was arrested for putting his hands on Gloria. The LA Times reported that investigators found injuries on both of them, but concluded Matt was the aggressor. Gloria publicly denied it, and the charges were eventually dropped. They had a wedding date set, August 21st, 2010. Less than 3 weeks out, they called it off. According to YBF, guests found out by text message. When people responded asking what happened, the reply they got back was simple: please respect my privacy. Gloria and Matt stayed together regardless, and that same year, she joined the cast of Basketball Wives. So after all that public chaos, the canceled wedding, the arrest, the text message breakup announcement, Gloria ends up on Basketball Wives LA, which brought a whole new level of scrutiny.
But I came because Susie asked me to. And then that was it.
I came because I wasn't told that you were coming.
Oh, that's what's up. That's too bad.
That's what's up. See? All right.
Ooh, that's what's up. And that's what's up.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Cause you know I ride or die for the ones I love. You know that.
But through every bit of it, her and Matt held it down. And in August 2013, they actually walked down the aisle.
So I think stepping out of reality TV probably saved our marriage.
Gloria's father gave her away while Tupac's All Eyes on Me played in the background. That detail alone tells you everything about who these people are. Meanwhile, Derek's NBA career was unraveling in real time. He left the Lakers in 2012, signed with Houston, got waived, landed in Oklahoma City, got hurt in Dallas, then cycled back to the Thunder in 2013. The court wasn't treating him like it used to. But off the court, that's where the real story was building. October 2014, Gloria goes to TMZ and announces her marriage to Matt is finished. A source close to the situation told the same outlet that Matt was the one who pulled the trigger, that he had fundamental trust issues with the relationship and couldn't move past them. He made it official in January 2015 and filed for divorce. Both of them. Because at the exact same time, Derek had transitioned out of playing and taken the head coaching job with the New York Knicks. And things between him and Candace had apparently collapsed too. 1 month after they celebrated a full decade together, Derek served Candace with divorce papers and quietly moved his belongings out of their New York apartment in the middle of the night like a ghost. And that happened just 2 months after Matt filed on Gloria. You can't write this. According to court documents, Candace said Derek completely blindsided her. Not just with the divorce, but with the total freeze-out that followed. She said he went dark on her, wouldn't pick up her calls, ignored her texts for almost 2 straight weeks, and during that stretch even blew off their kids for several days. The children were 8 years old. 8. Now we get to October 2015, and this is where the story goes fully nuclear. Matt's son called him and told him Derek was at Gloria's house.
Barnes' kids apparently called Daddy up and said, hey, Derek Fisher's here. There was a group of 10 people having a bonfire. Well, innocent, nothing going on.
According to the New York Post, Matt got in his car and drove 95 miles to his estranged wife's home, where he found Derek and a handful of other people posted up around a bonfire in the backyard. The Post reported that a confrontation erupted between Matt and Derek at 11:45 at night.
Barnes did text a buddy and said, I beat his ass from the backyard to the front yard.
Police were called to the scene, but Derek was already gone by the time they arrived. An insider told the publication they received a text message from Matt at the scene. Derek refused to press charges and called the whole thing a personal matter.
I'm basically done kind of, I guess, talking about the situation.
Matt later went on Wendy Williams and laid it out plainly. He was furious that his former teammate was pursuing his estranged wife.
You know, what happened Saturday is a personal matter at this point. My first concern always is my kids and their health, happiness, and safety. But outside of that, I'm here to focus on basketball.
He also pushed back on some of the specific details when he spoke to ESPN. Derek tried to get in front of the story before the rumors about timeline overlap could spread. He went on Fox Sports 1 and addressed it directly, pointing to the reality that when you move in the same circle, these things happen. The divorces both came through. Derek and Candace were officially done in May 2016. He agreed to $109,000 a month in spousal support and $15,000 a month in child support. They also agreed to destroy the frozen embryos they had stored at a California reproductive facility. Matt and Gloria wrapped up in December 2016. Matt was ordered to pay $10,000 a month in child support, later raised to $20,000, plus $20,000 monthly in spousal support for Gloria, payments that were cut off in January 2017. Then in May 2017, Gloria's sister Laura went on Ayanla, Fixed My Life, and dropped a bomb, accusing Gloria of sleeping with her own sister's baby daddy and former fiance Gilbert. Laura said nobody believed her when she tried to tell people.
What makes you think that I just made up?
This thing right here got to be cleaned up.
The pain in that was real, but 2 months after that episode aired, Derek was driving on a Los Angeles freeway at 3 in the morning when he lost control of his Escalade and slammed into a guardrail hard enough to flip the vehicle completely over.
TRT Sports, Derek Fisher was arrested on an alleged DUI charge and also flipped his car over the 101 freeway in Los Angeles.
Gloria was sitting in the passenger seat. Miraculously, both of them walked away from that wreck without a scratch, but the law wasn't as forgiving. Derek caught 2 DUI charges from that night on the freeway. He took a no-contest plea, got put on probation, and life moved forward. Then in April 2018, Derek and Gloria made it official and got engaged. And in a since-deleted Instagram post, Matt had something to say about it. 5 months after the engagement, September 2018, things between Gloria and Matt detonated all over again. Gloria pulled up to her son's school and took the twins, even though that weekend belonged to Matt under their custody arrangement.
To reach for Isaiah's hand, and all of a sudden she slams, like she puts the car in reverse. And like the car door hits me. I lose contact with Isaiah. I kind of stumble for a second. Isaiah falls back in the seat. I go like, what the fuck are you doing?
She tries to drive the car as you're like halfway in the car.
When Matt confronted her, Gloria allegedly spiraled. She followed him to his car, and according to Matt, the situation escalated to where he and the children feared for their safety. Matt alleged that one of their boys got clipped by the door of Gloria's Escalade when she threw it into reverse. Gloria was the one who called the police. Gloria was also the one who left in handcuffs. The court didn't take that lightly. Matt walked away with primary custody and a restraining order. His child support obligation got cut to $7,500 a month, and Gloria was ordered to sit through 26 sessions of anger management parenting classes. And if that wasn't enough, Matt came back with another accusation. He alleged that Gloria, her brother, and her parents conspired to embezzle over $300,000 from him to buy her parents a house. The layers just kept stacking. Eventually, the fire died down to something manageable. Derek publicly described his relationship with Matt as respectful, built around what mattered most, the kids. That energy translated into something nobody predicted. When Matt stepped in as their son's basketball coach, Gloria came on as the assistant. 2 exes, coaching side by side. Now, what about Matt's personal life? He reconnected with an old college friend named Anansa Sims. They've had 2 children together, went through a cycle of breakups and cheating allegations, and reportedly got married in January 2026, though some sources are questioning whether that marriage is even legally valid. That's a whole separate story, broken down in previous videos linked in the description. Back to Derek and Gloria. They had their wedding locked in for April 2020. Then the pandemic shut everything down. When people asked Gloria if marriage was still on the table, she told People magazine plainly she still liked him and planned to keep him around. They finally made it to the altar in July 2021. Gloria told People that because both were coming into this as second marriages, the growth they brought was the most meaningful part. She said the trials they'd been through shaped who they were, and that from the very beginning they'd been honest about expectations, from friendship all the way to marriage. Derek spent time coaching in the WNBA before landing a role as a Lakers analyst, then took over as head coach of Crespi Carmelite High School in Encino. He and Gloria also stepped into the cannabis business together, investing capital into companies operating in that space. The idea came from Gloria. She'd watched cannabis genuinely help her mother through a breast cancer diagnosis, and that experience shifted her entire perspective on the plant. Derek was coming from the opposite direction. As a lifelong professional athlete, cannabis had never been part of his world. 7 years after her divorce from Matt was finalized, Gloria's own divorce attorneys went to court to collect $200,000 in unpaid legal fees. These weren't new invoices. They had sent multiple bills, filed a lawsuit, and a default judgment had already been entered against her. Gloria still wasn't paying. That same year, a separate former attorney also came after her. 2 legal professionals who worked on her behalf, and she allegedly stiffed both of them. Then a company called Silverleaf Events entered the picture. They sued Gloria and her cannabis company, claiming they put together a full proposal for video production services. Gloria signed off on it. Silverleaf sent over the contract and requested $15,000 up front. They began working, investing time, collaborating with Gloria, actually filming content, but she never signed the contract, never sent the money. When they pushed her on it, she allegedly kept promising Zelle transfers that never came through. Then she tried to negotiate the whole thing down to installment payments of $1,000 at a time. That didn't happen either. Silverleaf came back asking for $30,000 in damages. Where that case stands remains unclear. Now here's where Matt gets pulled back into the storm. Gloria claimed that in November 2020, Matt unilaterally dropped his child support payments to $4,000 a month. By 2023, she was in court demanding $267,000 in back payments, saying she never agreed to any reduction. She told the court she was self-employed through her cannabis company, bringing in roughly $2,600 a month on average, and had about $8,000 in the negative on her personal finances. Derek was covering the mortgage and utilities, but Gloria's own submitted expense breakdown listed $2,500 on groceries, $1,100 eating out, $1,500 on entertainment, $1,000 on a car lease, $400 at the salon, $500 on clothes, and more on top of that. The math tells you everything. She was not living like someone making $2,600 a month, Matt fired back. He said there was a verbal agreement to reduce support because he was already covering 100% of the twins' private school tuition and all their extracurricular costs. He also told the court he discovered Gloria had used his American Express card to book travel without his knowledge, and estimated she had taken tens of thousands of dollars from him. He also claimed he never received notice to appear in court. Then Gloria produced an email Matt had sent. That brings us to February 2024. Matt had landed a role as an analyst at NBC Sports, and the twins were playing basketball at Crespi Carmelite High School, the same school where Derek was the head coach. During a game, Matt allegedly heckled the referees and put his hands on a student announcer. NBC Sports fired him 1 week later. So what actually broke this thing? Nobody's saying officially, but we don't need a press release to read the room. What we do know is that Derek walked into something he never fully understood. Gloria has always been combustible. She doesn't find drama, she generates it. That's why the Matt situation lasted as long as it did. She and Matt were identical energy, impulsive, chaotic, leaving wreckage everywhere they went. Derek probably looked like stability, a clean exit from the storm. But here's the problem. She never actually left the storm. She brought every unresolved pattern, every layer of toxicity, every piece of that history straight into her next chapter. Derek thought he was marrying a woman who'd grown. He was actually inheriting years of damage he didn't cause and couldn't fix. When someone shows you who they are repeatedly, the lesson isn't complicated. Believe them. You cannot build peace on a rotten foundation. If you're tired of the watered-down takes and want the real story behind what's happening in the culture, stick with BarzBuzz. We don't do PR. We don't do spin. Just the truth. The industry doesn't want trending. Subscribe and make sure you're notified. The next one drops sooner than you think.